Hi VC, hi YouTube, it's Rob here with another video, and this is a tag response. So someone tagged me, and that person is never going to be forgiven. It's Chance, concert buddy, was replying to Jason's Spinz vinyl, who's got a challenge, 1 decade, 1 record. So I want to show you a record from as many decades as you like. So I'm going to do a Manchester themed one. I'm going to show records from every decade, starting in the 1970s, because there weren't much good music in the 60s and the 50s with this. So we're going to start with the 1970s. And the first record I'm going to show is Another Music in a Different Kitchen by the Postcards. Debut album. So in the late 70s, the Buzzcocks released so many great singles. There's only I Don't Mind on here, which is a bit unusual really. They could have put 3 singles on this album, but it's my favourite Buzzcocks album. Said before, Steve Diggle there, just lived down the road from me. Never actually spoke to him, but he knew some of my friends, and the Buzzcocks were certainly one of my favourite bands in the late 1970s. Going into the 1980s, there's only one band from Manchester really that I could show, and it's the Smiths. And this is the best album by the Smiths. If you ask any Smiths fan, name the best album. Now, it's not classed as a studio album, but for me, when this came out in 1984, it was such a great album. It contains Heaven Knows I'm Miserable Now, How Soon Is Now, which is just in my top 10 of all time. William, It Was Really Nothing. This Charming Man, What Difference Does It Make? Reel Around the Fountain. Some great B-sides. Back to the Old House. Just an absolute classic. And in 84, the Smiths really were in the sort of height of the powers. You went down Manchester, everyone seemed to be wearing a Smiths t-shirt and wearing National Health glasses. It was just a sight to behold. And yeah, everybody had a copy of Hatful of Hollow by the Smiths. 1990, plenty of great Manchester music. No more than The Happy Mondays and Pills, Frills and Bellyaches. Came out in 1990. This contains Loose Fit, Step On and Kinky Afro. And I think the Happy Mondays I don't think they're taken that seriously really. I mean, how can you take a band with Bez in seriously? But if you listen to Bummed and the first album and this album, they're really, really strong albums. And, they were such a huge part of that Manchester sound at the beginning, late 80s and beginning of the 90s. One of my favourite albums, Pills, Frills and Bellyaches from 1990. Going to the 2000s, 2001, Get Ready by New Order. After an 8-year gap, after the slightly disappointing Republic, this album came out. First track, Crystal. I can remember buying this pretty soon after it came out on CD. I've only just recently got a vinyl copy of it. Played it quite a lot recently, and sort of rediscovering what a really good album it is. The German model on the cover, I always wondered who that was. Doing a bit of digging, do this video, and notice that she's a German model. So yeah, not the best New Order album, but a pretty good album from 2001, Get Ready from New Order. 2011, one of my favourite groups released this album, Build a Rocket Ship. So it's Elbow, a band who don't seem to get spoken about much in the vinyl community. Sort of people in the UK don't seem to have much time for Elbow. This is, Guy Garvey, the singer in Elbow, songwriter, I did bump into him in a supermarket once over the fish fingers, quite funny. But he writes songs that move me like probably nobody. The Birds is the opening track. It's just beautiful. And the final track, Dear Friends, so moving. Open Arms, With Love, everything on here. Lippy Kids, just high ideas. Just something about Elbow. They've always been a band that have musically, they just do something special to me. And every time I'm moved when I listen to this album. Probably my second favourite, Build a Rocket Ship from 2011. And finally, I'm going to show, this is the only new album that I bought this year so far. There's a couple of new albums that I want to buy, but Council Skies by Noel Gallagher and the High Flying Birds. And I've had to stop playing this record because I've played it so many times. I'm going to get sick of it. I've been playing it at work while I've been doing projects. You get lyrics with it as well. And the title track, Council Skies, I just absolutely love that. Try to find a world that's been and gone. It's just beautiful. Open the door and see what you find. You know, it's a 10 out of 10 for me. I mean, I can buy as many albums I want this year, new albums. I think this would be my number one. I just love it. And that's the centre circle at the old main road ground. Knocked it down and built a housing estate on it, but they kept the centre circle, and Noel wanted to put it on the album cover. But yeah, very reflective. I think it was written around about the COVID time, but I just love it. Council Skies by Noel Gallagher and his High Flying Birds. So I've got to tag 3 more people. It'd be good if you do a response, but if you don't, you don't. So I'm going to tag Mike, Final Spiral, see if Mike does a response. Berwickshire Mike, I think he does watch my videos. He's very popular. Ask him to do a response, Berwickshire Mike. And Vinyl Ritchie does watch my videos from time to time. So if Ritchie wants to do a response, then I'm sure it'll be an entertaining one. So yeah, get over to Spinz Vinyl. The guy's called Jason. He's got over 1,000 subscribers already, you know, pretty slick production, and I'm sure he's going to have a pretty big channel. And Concert Buddie, get over and subscribe to Chance, another sort of newish channel in the VC. Go over and give him your support. So if you've got any comments about my Manchester choices, did I miss anything out? I'm sure I did. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.